Hi, I'm Charlie, a self-confessed introvert who's decided to try new things and get out of their comfort zone. This time... I'm making a video. I'm talking to myself. Everything's content, am I right? Okay, we've got spray grease. I don't think I can take that. High vis, another bottle of aerosol. A massive bottle of hand cream, no. Headphones. Yep, keep them. Head torch. Might be useful, but no. Bundle of clothes, yes. I should add, by the way, that I'm doing this all about 20 minutes before we leave, so I'm usually more prepared than this, but I've had a busy week. Not really an excuse though, is it? So after checking that everything worked, much to the dismay of my mum and sister, who I was going with, we eventually set off to the airport. After the longest walk from the car park, with such fun sights as Burrito Man and Sombrero Dudes, we headed through security. And ended up at our favourite spot on the airport, the stairwell. I grabbed some obligatory reading material before the most suspicious looking retrieval of a Iron Brew. Spent way too long looking at what chocolate bar to get, immediately followed by a mini heart attack at the price of 2 items, and we also forgot to take a plug. Not long after that, it was time to head to the gate. You'll see me doing this weird thing a lot where I lick my lips and bite the inside of my mouth. I guess it's just a nervous thing. The people behind us here were unfortunately incredibly loud and probably very drunk. They were too close to my personal space, so me and my sister pulled these pained expressions at each other. It's so loud and close and man, beavers be. We fumbled around the bottom of the staircase for a bit because, in our defence, the sign said gate 2 and we were supposed to be at 1, but we figured out it was right eventually. We waited for some selfies to be taken.
It's not like we've got a plane to catch or anything, you know what I mean?
And then crammed ourselves onto the dreaded bus.
We're on the right bus, right? We'll soon find out.
I recognise their faces.
We were, in fact, on the right bus, and after contemplating buying a Jet 2 car...
Should we buy that?
Yeah.
Should we get a branded...
Second-hand used, yeah.
And worrying that we were late...
I think we're late.
We're like the last ones.
I'd imagine we're late.
We started boarding on what was actually a really nice day. I actually felt really self-conscious getting on. I don't think anyone was looking at me for any particular reason, but it honestly felt like everyone's eyes were on me. It was just a relief to get sat down.
A little experiment we like to do is see how long it takes for people to go to the toilet. And honestly, that was like a minute into lifting off and getting the things turned off. Anyway, we will see you when we land. Unfortunately, the drunk people got even more drunk throughout the duration of the flight, even miscalculating where we'd actually got on the tarmac. We were all pretty tired and annoyed by this point, so we opted to let everyone leave first. That is one big bottle of alcohol. So with everyone in front of us, we headed off to passport control. And now Charlie with the weather. Oh, chilly. Being the overthinker that I am, I'd already pre-checked the route from the airport. Bye. We're going here, Grzegorski.
Grzegórzki.
So it should be nice and easy.
So it was literally one past the main station. And with Mum deciding that she already knew which way to go, we headed for the ticket machines. Cue many confused looks. I'm feeling slightly intimidated by Polish place names. G. Oh. Grabbing the tickets.
Oh, little smiley face. Got a smiley face.
So cute.
More confusion, thinking it'd go in the wrong direction, which, if I'd looked at the map properly, I would have known that the airport is at the end of the line, followed by a pleasantly quiet train journey. We eventually got to the hotel, which was kind of strange. You let yourself in and grab your key from the wall of lockers to the right. There's no receptionist, and this group of people were the most we ever saw inside. Even the corridors looked straight out of The Shining. After getting settled in, we grabbed some snacks and settled down for the night. So I thought I'd use this opportunity to give you a hotel of the, a what? So I thought I'd give you this opportunity to have a look around this interesting hotel room we have here. So let's go. This air conditioning unit probably hasn't worked for about 20 years. Furniture is pretty scratched. Chips. These curtains don't quite close all the way. Chips, scratches, scratches and chips. More chips. More chips. More chips? Wait, a phone? In the bathroom? This mirror makes me look like a ghost. The cafe here is closed, so we have some vouchers for one down the street, which is actually really nice.
Nice it was indeed. A very rustic and homely vibe with a lovely self-service breakfast selection. Great if, like me, you're not a morning person and don't want to speak to anyone. And the added jazz made for a very cosy atmosphere. The next day was an important one for the trip, visiting Auschwitz. I obviously didn't get much footage here out of respect, but I definitely recommend a visit if you're into the history of it. By the end of the day, we decided to wind down at a small Italian restaurant. Here's me looking uncomfortable about going in as usual, but I needn't have been because the place was actually really nice. The next trip, the Wasilski
Wieliczka.
salt mine. These were okay. A lot of people and a lot of walking, and to be honest, I kind of regret not buying any salt by the end of it, but I'm salty as it is, so... Once we got back, a couple of hours rest, followed by a boat tour down the river in the freezing cold.
Other things, the Senate Hall with its characteristic carved heads and the Hall of Representatives.
The majority of the last day was spent waiting for our flight later in the day. After a glowing hotel review from Mum,
Absolutely horrendous.
we hit the streets of the city, with such sights as fire-breathing dragon, this castle palace place. I don't know what it is or why it's here. I think it's royal, maybe. Probably, I don't know. There's bells. And the famous elderly man who stood here for ages. We grabbed some food, then hung around in this warm shopping centre, before getting drawn in by the golden arches. The airport was a pleasant enough experience, except for waiting what felt like an age at the top of these stairs, before getting on another bus, and promptly getting back off again. Turns out there was a problem with the plane and we had to wait for a replacement. You can actually pinpoint the moment everyone's hearts break. Not only that, but we later found out it had been diverted to Liverpool, meaning we had to get a coach back to Leeds. Travelling. So, how did I think the trip went? I had a good time, to be fair. There was a lot of ups and downs and a lot of stress. That's what's usually associated with travelling, but honestly, really well done. A lot of hurdles to overcome, like the travelling aspect. Well, of course, it's the travelling aspect. That's the name of the video. The public transport aspect with the trains and everything, and getting around the city. Really easy to do. Everything was in English. I know there's a lot of confusion, but I mean that's kind of just natural for your first trip out to somewhere you've never been before. I guess the message I'm trying to say is, if you're afraid of flying, if you're afraid of going somewhere you've never been before, don't be, because I think we all are. It's kind of just natural, and you know, you'll figure it out. If you do your research properly, like I spent so long just on Google Maps, just looking where to go. You know exactly where you want to be and where you want to go. Generally everything's online now, and Google Translate is your friend for anywhere you don't know the language. And just be nice to everyone is the big thing. We had people helping us when we were confused, and that's all it takes, isn't it? Just be nice. Anyway, this video is probably too long already, so I'm going to wrap it up here. And thank you for watching. Thank you for the support on the previous video. And yeah, hopefully I do something maybe a bit more dramatic next time. We're starting small. We're just easing our way in to big dramatic things that I am scared of. So
yeah. I'm going to finish the video now. Bye.